everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a Screenwriter's Rant on a new trailer called Happiest Season. This is a Hulu movie, and it stars Kristen Stewart. And the premise of the movie is she's a lesbian, she's in a lesbian relationship, and they go to meet her girlfriend's parents, and the girlfriend's parents don't know she's gay. And that's it. Now, it's billed as a comedy, and I think that's probably a bad marketing strategy. You could, I think, bill it as a romantic comedy, because romantic comedies, in terms of their comedy, you know, the comedy is it's a lower bar, because ultimately it's about the romance between these two. It's not really about, and of course, Eugene Levy's son is in it as the gay guy, because now he always seems to be stereotyped as in that role, and he's very funny. You know, it's a great cast, but you know, I think they're over marketing it as a comedy, and it's you know, but it's about the only comedies you can get made these days, because a lot of what Hollywood has decided is their audience is no longer the vast majority of America. Now, the old audience was 18 to 35 male. The new audience is, I forget the age range, it's a little older, it's like 25 to 45 female lesbian, which this would totally nail, right? But it's also a little dated, because it's like, at this point, yeah, I'm sure there are places in the country where gay people are still afraid to come out to their families, but, you know, it's a different environment. But this is a sort of a light version of that. Doesn't seem to be. So she tells her parents that her lesbian lover is her orphan friend that she lives with, which, you know, is not very funny and not very believable. So they feel sorry for Kristen Stewart, and she's constantly calling Levy's character in order to talk to him, and he's giving advice, and then, you know, she's meeting the family. But the family's kind of boring in the trailer. There's not a lot of interest to them. They don't have any wacky characters. Allison Brie is one of the characters. She's very funny, but they don't seem to give her much to do. And Aubrey Plaza is in it, who I love, but, you know, it seems like a light movie. You know, the kind of humor Aubrey usually engages in is usually pretty edgy, but this seems such like a light movie. I mean, it's a Hulu movie, but it feels like it should really just be on Hallmark, you know. And it's just not that funny. You know, it's more of like, I guess it could be a wacky play, you know, and it probably would have hit home 20 years ago, maybe. But it just seems like, you know, Hollywood is, you know, this is the kind of stuff they're going to greenlight now. And, like, who cares? You know, I guess their audience, their new demo will go, yeah, that's me 20 years ago. But, you know, what about the new audience? See, I don't see, you know, a younger audience really connecting to this, because for the most part, I'd see a younger audience, they already don't have this problem. So, but, you know, if you're older and you connect, there's Allison Brie, everybody looking so happy and nice, it's family, you know, and a little bit of drama about, you know, being in the closet and whatnot. And they make a terrible joke about being in the closet. Can't find that still. But, you know, it seems perfectly fine. I like the cast a lot. Really solid. Here's the inevitable they were in bed together, and now they're hiding, because they're in the parents' house, and the spare bedroom has some of the storage, and they had to come in, and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, you could pretty much write the movie. And that's part of the problem with it. When you're doing comedy, there needs to be more surprise. And there's not going to be a tremendous amount of surprise in this movie. It's just not. So if you had billed it as a romantic comedy, then the bar would be so much lower, and any amusing moment would be, okay, that's a romantic comedy. Because really, that's what it should be. It should be more about the romance between these two lesbian characters than anything else. And it should be cutesy, and it is. So, I don't know why. And it's called The Happiest Season. It's also, I don't really like that title. But, it's a Christmas movie. It's kind of amazing. They must have spent a fortune on this movie making it because of this cast. I mean, that's a pretty big cast. I mean, Kristen Stewart's not... I can't imagine she was cheap to get. But then again, who's working? So, Daniel Levy. That's his first name. Daniel Levy. He's very funny. Very funny guy. Maybe he wrote this movie. I don't know. But it's on Hulu. So, if you want to see it, it's the trailer on YouTube's at Trend Movie Trailers. And that's really trendy. It's really the trend. So I'm not surprised it's here. Happiest Season. Check it out.